Shalom, shalom. This is Shalamar from the Great Millstone Atlanta Camp. Before I get started in this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach and rule well. Peace, love, and safety to the hopefully elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Today is March 8th, 2023. And of course, we're in the week of the Passover, the week of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. All right, and just like last year, you had all of these holidays falling on holy days or Sabbath days, and it's I believe that's really creating a separation amongst all people. The Lord is saying who's doing what on which day. All right, so Lord's willing, the hopeful elect were being looked at as doing the right thing by keeping the holy days over the holidays. But today, March 8th, is supposedly International Women's Day or International Women's Day. And this kind of just came out of nowhere. I'm not sure when it was created. It had to be recently because I never really heard of it. And today, it's, of course, this image that you see on the left side of the screen, it came from Google. As soon as you go on Google and do a search, this is the image that you see. All right. So they're recognizing it. I was just watching the news as well, and they were recognizing International Women's Day. So this all goes back, Valentine's Day, International Women's Day, and then what we have next? We have Mother's Day. This woman worship goes back to the Queen of Heaven. That's what it goes back to. Women they want to be worshiped. They want to be looked at as gods. And this is all angering the Most High. We're supposed to worship the Most High only. All right. We don't supposed to have these nonsense holidays. All of this folly and all of this stuff is nonsense. We're supposed to, first of all, recognize Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah every day. And we don't supposed to exalt ourselves. And we have memorial days for when we, the Most High gave us days to keep, when he helped us, come out of a certain captivity or overcome a certain another nation. We have those days, the Purim, the dedication or a Hanukkah, and the Passover, of course. We have these days that we're supposed to keep, but it's nowhere in the scriptures that we're supposed to have a day where we worship women or even just recognize what women do. Women, they supposed to be the help. That's all they supposed to be. The man's supposed to do all the work and the women's supposed to help. But now you have women serving authority over the man, and that's pretty much a curse in the scriptures. The Lord said he was going to do a new thing in the earth where he was going to put the woman above the man. And we can clearly see that's what's going on today. So I'm going to start off with Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 18. It says, the children gathered wood. Let me go up a little bit. Slack you. Jeremiah 7 and 17. It says, seest thou not what they do in the streets of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. Hey, come on, man. That's one of the first commandments. Or that is the first commandments. Don't have no other gods over the Most High. Over Yahweh. And what do all people do? They follow in the ways of the heathens. All of this stuff was brought up by the heathens. Well, most of it. All people just got to learn the hard way, and that's going to be in the end, in the last few seconds of this place is going to be thermonuclear fire, and adding up to that point is going to be just a bunch of terrible and evil things going on in the earth that the Lord is going to do because he's angry. He's angry with all people. He's angry with these heathens. So he's going to make that correction. All right. Verse 19. Do they provoke me to anger, said the Lord? Do they not provoke themselves to the confusion of their own faces? Yeah, because you have the laws and then you have what's against the laws. That's a bunch of confusion. So the Lord, he jacked all people up for a reason. I'm talking about the Israelites, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. And last year, with this Roe versus Wade thing, where women wanted to have their choice of, with their bodies. What about what the Lord has planned? If the Lord bless you with a child, even though you might not have wanted it, that child could have grew up to take care of you. That child could have, been somebody powerful. All right. And then, the one that you keep, the man probably leave and you stuck raising a child and he end up either turning himself into a woman or just being a straight up nigga, So you have to go by what the Lord gave you. If the child wasn't meant to be, you have a miscarriage. If it was meant to be, you'll give birth and you'll raise that child to be a woman or a man. All right. So this is a bunch of confusion that's going on. Women wanted the option to kill their babies, and it's basically men don't even have authority over that. Now men are saying, well, if the women can have an option to kill their babies, well, men should be able to opt out of paying child support if they don't want the child. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but none of it is right. All right, let's go to Romans chapter 1, because these people are stuck in worshiping other people instead of worshiping the Most High. All right, Romans chapter 1 and verse 25. It says, who changed the truth of the Most High Yahweh into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. All right. So these people are worshiping the creature more than the Creator. And that's off, man. We supposed to worship Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We don't supposed to exalt ourselves. We supposed to let the Lord exalt us. We're gonna get fame when He wants us to have it. And it's coming. We're gonna get all of that in the kingdom. We just have to be patient. It's on the way. It's coming quick. Next thing you know, we're gonna be out of this place. All right. And we're gonna be in our own land. Everything's gonna be in order. And all the women have to do is sit back and be pretty. That's it. You're going to have servants. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how the Most High created it. You're going to have servants. You're gonna give birth. All right. And you're just going to live a nice, easy life. Everlasting life at that. That's more than enough reasons, especially for women, to be in this truth. Can you imagine not having to go up and get up and go to work every morning? Look at this image. You got a woman at a podium. Either she's a pastor or, it could be a vice president or something, or a company president giving a speech. What else? You got women, being mothers. I mean, that's normal. Then you're gonna have Mother's Day coming up. That's the same thing. Then you got women, like they leading a march, probably protesting about the abortion thing, and then you have a woman doctor taking care of a patient. And you women don't supposed to be doing all of that. You're supposed to have a nice, easy, laid back life. Take care of the household, and that's it. The men's supposed to go out and do all the hard work, but this devil has it turned all the way around. Actually, the Lord did it. You know, this is punishment for our people, to where the woman has to get up and go to work as well as the man. And now women can get better jobs, promotions, all of that before the man does, because everything is upside down. All right, let's go to First Timothy. You already know where I'm going. First Timothy chapter 2 and verse 12. It says, but I suffered. Let me go up a little bit. Verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffered not a woman to teach, nor to assert authority over the man, but to be in silence. All right. Like I said, the women's supposed to just sit back, be silent, look pretty. Not go to work and work hard like men and you know, and have authority over the men, and that's taking away your feminine traits. And it actually made women worse. You women weren't being kidnapped, killed in the streets, shot up. You know, I was just reading a report a brother shared, where a woman, she was 7 months pregnant, and she basically got murdered trying to rob somebody. That's off, man. And it happened when? Right at Women's Worship. Not Women's Worship, International Women's Day, which is woman worship. All right, verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not the seed, but the woman being the seed was in the transgression. All right, so the woman, you know, Eve, she was deceived by Satan, you know, which is now, you know, the power that's working with Esau, Edom, the wicked. You know, this devil is still Esau, Edom being the so-called white man, by the way, that's in control of the world. It's still going on now. He's giving these women authority. He's deceiving them to make them think that they're somebody, but it's actually making everything worse, thinking that, you know, their position is going to make certain things better. It's been a lot of jobs, warehouse management positions, you know, regional manager positions, you know, through my history of work, that I've lost to women, and those women just happen to be, you know, women that like other women. So by them having that type of status, they were able, without experience, I actually trained them to be at a certain position, and they was able to take a position over me. That's off, man. And they don't last long. That, you know, soon as one thing happened, they're gonna go to another job, because women they don't really operate off of logic. Their logic thinking is limited. Their minds operate mostly off of emotion. That's why the woman's supposed to be the loving part, and the man's supposed to be the logical thinking part of the, you know, of the house. All right. That's how it used to be. It's gonna go back to that. But right now everything is backwards. And it's you know, that's why the Lord is gonna destroy this place, because it's full of wickedness. But that's, you know, that was just my insight and outlook on this International Women's Day, you know, which is off. You got Valentine's Day, that was for the woman. Then you got this International Women's Day, which is I look at it as the Queen of Heaven worship. And then you're gonna have Mother's Day. And Mother's Day is they say it's the fourth biggest holiday over here in Babylon the Great, America. It's the fourth biggest celebrated holiday. And I think Father's Day was like number 20. We barely got 20 holidays in this year. Father's Day was way at the bottom. Which, you know, us being in the truth, we don't celebrate none of that stuff anyway. But just looking at the ways of the world today, man, it's That's why we need Yahweh Shai to come back. That's why we need Yahweh Shai. All right. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's why we need Yahweh Shai. And by the way, that image is Caesar Borgia. Yahweh Shai is not a so-called white man with blue eyes and long hair. Long hair is against the scriptures anyway. You read that in 1 Corinthians chapter 11. Yahweh Shai is a dark-skinned Judite man, and he's big. When you read 2nd Esdras chapter 2, it tells you that he was taller than chapter 1 or chapter 2. It tells you that he was taller than the rest of the men when he was giving out those crowns. All right. So everything is backwards in this place. If this place went on for another 50 years, they would turn Yahweh Shai, who was turned into Jesus, they'll probably try and turn him into a woman. And the recent paintings, they had him looking like a sodomite. And I believe that painting was sold for like millions and millions of dollars. They had Yahweh Shai as a so-called white man looking like a sodomite. They had his clothes down, his shoulders and his chest exposed, and he had this, his eyes was all low, and he was just looking fruity. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I just wanted to throw a little extra at the end. Yeah, we're gonna end it once again, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakaku Dash. Double honor to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom.